A new master plan for the future of downtown St. Petersburg is being developed. The Tampa Bay Marine Industries Association, part of the Southwest Florida Marine Industries Association, has recognized that most planners, such as the Urban Land Institute, view the downtown waterfront from the land looking out. But the Tampa Bay Marine Division Committee sees downtown differently. We see it from the water side looking in. Since early this year, a committee of 18 Tampa Bay Marine members, all of whom make their living in the recreational boating field, has been meeting to explore and create a vision for the future of the downtown waterfront. This effort is resulting in some exciting concepts that could make a difference in the years ahead. This presentation, then, will speak to the needs and the opportunities to enhance our downtown waterfront. Let's look for a moment at the impact of boating in our immediate area. The Tampa Bay Marine Group includes boating businesses in Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Pasco counties. These counties have over 111,000 registered boating families that have an annual economic impact of $1.1 billion. To make it easier for boaters, we've developed a website called Go Boating Florida that gives every community on Florida's west coast an opportunity to promote boating-related activities, facilities, waterfront restaurants, community events, and festivals that could attract boaters. As you might expect, Florida is America's #1 state for boat sales and registered boats. There are more than 865,000 registered boating families in Florida. They support 82,800 Florida jobs, and boating's annual economic impact is a whopping $10.5 billion a year. Breaking those numbers down closer to home, we know along the west coast of Florida, from Pasco to Collier County, there are nearly 335,000 registered boat owners. And of that number, we know Pinellas County boasts 47,680 boats. That makes Pinellas County #1 of the 66 Florida counties in registered pleasure boats. Moreover, the marine businesses in Pinellas County provide 6,600 jobs and have a direct economic impact of $495 million per year. Examining that impact in greater detail, you're looking at a list that includes businesses ranging from lodging to banking with boat loans, from getting fuel to buying insurance, from dining in restaurants to buying groceries, for repairs at boatyards to renting boat slips and space in high and dry marinas, and much more. In other words, boating has a broad impact in Pinellas. For example, the operation of the St. Petersburg Sailing Center, owned by the City of St. Petersburg and run very successfully by the St. Petersburg Yacht Club, has had an average annual economic impact over the last 3 years of $3.65 million. As you can see, there is a national and international participation of 83% in the 31 annual regattas held there. These regattas draw 8,700 participants plus an additional 3,700 visitors who support those participants. And here's the good news. They all spend an average of $185 per day in town. Now, we like that picture. But here's what you don't see. Currently, in St. Petersburg City Marina, we have only 10 slips to accommodate visiting boaters. Think about it. If only 1% of the 235,000 boats on the west coast of Florida wanted to come to our city by water, it's pretty obvious we couldn't host them. While no one denies we have a lot going for us in St. Petersburg, when you look at the future, a different picture comes into focus. One of future infrastructure needs, along with exciting untapped possibilities. Let's look at some of these issues. First, we must recognize the downtown waterfront is essentially unprotected from tropical storms. We're likely to experience those, and we can never deny the possibility of a major hurricane. You're looking at the Vinoy Basin, when Tropical Storm Debbie recently swirled around just offshore in the Gulf for 3 days. Now keep in mind, Debbie's sustained winds were just 30 miles per hour. But because all of our downtown harbors are essentially unprotected from wave action coming in from Tampa Bay, the results are what you are seeing. The logical question then is what will happen to the downtown waterfront of Florida's fourth largest city should we get hit by even a Category 1 hurricane, never mind a more powerful storm. It's not difficult to anticipate that even a Category 1 hurricane will find boats parked on Bayshore and Beach Drive, up against the new condo buildings, or against the Museum of Fine Arts, the Dolly, the Museum of History, and much more. The pictures you're seeing now are from Hurricane Sandy. While Sandy didn't hit us in St. Petersburg, it still did impact us with the sad loss of the tall ship Bounty that was headed home to St. Pete when Sandy sank her off the North Carolina coast. It's notable that Hurricane Sandy was the second most costly hurricane in U.S. history at $65 billion. Even Andrew was less at $45 billion. Remember, Sandy was only a Category 1 hurricane, with winds of 80 miles per hour when it hit New York and New Jersey, but it still cost those states $33 billion and $32 billion, respectively. Of course, the danger from a major storm isn't just wind and rain, but storm surge. While you can't prevent water rising, you can prevent the devastation of storm surge and wave damage like this on Interstate 10 and Route 98, where bridge slabs weighing many tons were completely removed from the bridge foundation. Protecting the community's waterfront is a common practice. From cities like Chicago, where its extensive use of breakwaters protects its parks and its lakefront, to the creation of protective islands, like Fort Pierce, for example, where adequate protection is being built. Here in St. Petersburg, the Tampa Bay Marine Association Committee has devoted months of study and meetings with industry professionals, and that has resulted in a preliminary concept for protecting the downtown waterfront. Conceptually, a main breakwater and two breakwaters could protect the entire downtown waterfront from the Vinoy Basin to Bayboro Harbor. But while these installations would shelter downtown from the ravages of storm surge, they also open exciting new visions for the downtown waterfront because of the calm, protected waters that would result. Imagine for a minute much-needed additional visitor docks that could be installed in each harbor. Imagine many more visitors coming by boat to town because the harbors would be protected and visitors would no longer avoid St. Petersburg, as they do now, because of current reputation for being unprotected and a bad place to stay. Imagine water taxis that could safely operate in the protected waters, offering waterborne services from Salt Creek to the Vinoy Basin. Imagine residents and visitors alike, waterborne, going from place to place, going to visit our museums and our retail stores, restaurants, and special events by water taxi. Imagine students at the USF campus going back and forth between downtown and the campus by water taxi. Just imagine. Yes, we can imagine these and many more exciting possibilities if breakwaters existed. How about these ideas? We don't know what form the pier will take, but if the breakwaters were there, the pier would be in a protected water situation, and that would open the door for a myriad of possible floating amenities that you can see in this artist's rendering. Throughout the world with today's technologies, there is everything from floating breakwalls to floating miniature golf courses, floating amphitheater band shells, floating restaurants. Well, just imagine. Imagine the Gibraltar Swim Arena, a floating swimming area. Imagine how the floating complex called Harbor Bath in Denmark operates. Or the floating marina protected by a floating wave attenuation North Pier at North Point Marina in South Korea with its floating casual restaurants. Or floating platforms like Festival City Stage and entertainment areas in Stockholm. Walkways and approaches, all floating, of course, will connect people with the water, and using today's technologies, the proposed breakwalls in St. Petersburg could also do just that. In this slide of Cyprus, notice how still the water is inside the breakwater. And in Israel, breakwaters are designed to provide public access for walking and biking and just relaxing next to the water. Because the waters are protected, many water-based activities are available, as we see here in this shot from Israel. And the protected harbor area can become a hub of evening activities. Creating a protected water area in St. Petersburg will make the waterfront more inclusive for such things as rental kayaks or canoes, pedal boats, water bikes, and many more safe, accessible water activities. And how about the hottest new water vehicle, paddleboard rentals, which are at their best in protected waters? You know, people just love to stroll the waterfront. Designing breakwaters, whether floating or fixed, for access and strolling can make the waterfront exciting and more inclusive. St. Petersburg residents love to fish, so make it fishable. Structures are also fish attractors and habitat. Countless residents have indicated casual dining on the water is desirable. It's an idea that can float. Once again, St. Petersburg can be home port for a tall ship, like the Lynx, which has already indicated it would like to winter here. And harbors across America. We can have a water taxi system going to the hotels and museums, restaurants, and tie Bayboro Harbor, USF St. Pete, and downtown together. Yes, water taxis are so common in so many good harbors in America. And as we've already mentioned, we think the plans need to make it inclusive for residents and visiting boaters. So, to wrap it up, what are the benefits to St. Petersburg and its residents in pursuing breakwaters and breakwalls? Well, protection for the downtown businesses and the infrastructure, opening the door to abundant new opportunities for increased public access. Protected harbors will result in more boaters coming to downtown by water and the economic impact of that. And it will stimulate the local marine industry and the jobs that industry supports. Looking ahead, the Tampa Bay Marine Committee will continue to research new waterfront concepts. The committee's work and vision should be included in the long-range plan for the downtown waterfront community. While not directly addressed by this committee, the pier could benefit directly from a breakwater concept. The committee will continue to seek out local expertise and citizen input, and a proposal urging a feasibility study be undertaken to determine breakwaters and breakwall possibilities should be undertaken by the city, and such a proposal will be submitted by the Marine Association. Thank you.